Cassandra, remembering this, just drags her body through, but Remnant is there on the ground. There's a big groove in the dirt left behind her as she's just being dragged through it. You get to the second trap which you marked, and you guys make your way around it. You make your way to where the road diverges, the one way to the castle and the one to the acid pits, and Cassandra heads towards the acid pits.
Cassandra, what are you doing?
She's doing what we should.
She doesn't look back to you, she just keeps walking.
Oh.
You follow her for about
Can't
5
say I
minutes.
don't blame her.
Are we sure that this won't make anything bad happen if we throw our body into the acid pits?
I think it's fine.
I think it's acid.
Okay.
About 5 minutes of following her, the path leads up and then crests, and there is a room that smells awful. It's similar to the kind of acrid scent that the room was filled with when the acid was pouring into the room. There's a whole series of other chemicals, and inside you can see there's a number of laboratory setups in here. You get the feeling this is probably where a lot of this particular acidic concoction that was fine-tuned for the Stone of Whitestone was created, or at least honed by Ripley. Without a beat, Cassandra just walks up to the edge and just throws Lila's body in. And then disappears beneath the surface as the hissing, bubbling noise takes over the silence of the room. She just sits there and just watches it sink.
Well?
She brought a lot of ill to this world. Don't feel too bad.
Cassandra turns back around.
She was too dangerous to let live.
What about you?
How do you feel?
How's that gun barrel of yours?
Yeah.
I pull out the broken barrel and inspect it.
Looking at it, you can see Delilah's name is missing from the barrel entirely. Cassandra's name is still on the barrel, and so is Ripley's. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
I had some thoughts, but yeah. 11.
Okay. Just looking at it, it looks like the names are there, blazoned as to where they were before.
I'm going to just take the broken gun and point it at my sister. What do I feel?
Currently nothing.
I think I'm all right. I think I may be all right.
Why don't you toss that thing into the acid just in case?
Kind of what I'm thinking, yes.
I'm going to do something else.
Are you going to shoot your sister like you just pointed your gun at her, or what was that about?
You were the one who wouldn't give me the other gun.
I gave you the
I'm
other
gonna
gun.
go over to the I'm gonna go over to the little lab setup. Is there some acid there?
Go ahead and make an intelligence check.
17.
17? Yeah, a brief look around, you can see there are many different compounds, different strengths of acid, kind of what a lot of the initial kind of experimentation was.
I'm gonna start trying to scar her name off the barrel.
Okay. You take a moment and eventually manage to scar and dissolve enough of the exterior of that barrel until the name is no longer visible.
I think it's fine.
You
Looks
think
good.
it's fine?
Lovely.
Yep.
You're gonna have some faith.
I don't have any faith.
But you got
Here,
to
we'll
have
make a
faith,
deal.
the
I'll
faith,
let you
the
keep
faith.
that gun if you give me the other one.
No.
So glad that your smoke monster is seemingly gone, Percy. That's wonderful news. The spinning orb of death, however, is still back
Still a
there.
problem,
So
yeah.
we should probably figure out what to do
Well, I think
about that.
perhaps we can talk to Keeper Yen and perhaps put together some priests. Deal with that. Enlist the help of the entire town now that there's no longer a revolution to be fought.
Yeah, that's a solid plan.
Oh, the revolution.
You forgot about that.
We should go stop the fighting. Right? We should probably let them know it's over.
Probably.
Well, if they're fighting, wouldn't it mean it's not over?
Well, I'm sure they don't know that the Briarwoods are dead.
So perhaps if we tell everyone the Briarwoods are dead.
Oh,
Cassandra?
maybe we'll see Ripley on the way out.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Probably not gonna
I just had a thought, Percy. I cast friends on him.
Okay.
I think I know how to fix your gun if you hand it to me.
Never in my right mind would I hand my gun.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. And you go ahead and make an insight check. But you have an advantage on it. Or no, he has advantage on the persuasion. You do not have it on the...
While they're talking, can I attempt to pull it off of his belt?
Pull it off of Percy.
Percy's.
My insight is 21.
I rolled a natural 20.
You're going to cost me so much money.
I step back, I see Scanlan kill it, and I just step it back.
Okay. You look down at this gnome, and while he's normally pretty silly and jovial, in this moment, there's an honest spark of his own inspiration in his eyes.
I'm so upset that I have to do this.
Wink!
I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you.
You don't know.
He will.
He's your
Actually,
friend.
He will.
You're not mad at all.
For like another 3 minutes.
Yeah, roleplay for 3 minutes, Towson.
I hand him the broken gun.
Begrudgingly, you reach out and place it in his hand and release.
I say thank you, Percy. I think in due time you will thank me for this. And I toss it into the as I say, when the spell fades, he's gonna be super pissed. Somebody protect me.
Okay.
You want to hop on my shoulders?
Yes, I go run and jump on.
As you watch it arc forward in your head, you're like, that fucking gnome. The spell fades. You hear him say that. And just as it... boom,
You're not going to get that, are you?
I reach in to try and grab it out.
Oh shit! Percy, and I
Okay.
reach
No,
He threw it. You threw it, though, right?
No, he dropped it.
he lobbed it. It wasn't
Lobbed
a, it wasn't a
it.
huge throw.
I cost hold person at third level.
On
as
Percy.
I reach up and I grab his hands as well.
That was so expensive. That was so expensive.
Make a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
With advantage.
Son of a fuck. Son of a fuck.
Hero's feast working against you.
You're the Lord of Castle Whitestone. You've got some money.
Wisdom
to
saving
burn.
throw?
Yes.
15. 18.
It's your DC.
My difficulty class, 18.
You're like, that causes
Thank
I
you.
always
Keely.
fail rolls against Percy.
Thank
It
you,
sucks.
A few moments pass. You don't even see it beneath the surface now. You just see a little bit of some fume released from whatever slow process is
I
dissolving.
step in front of him as he's unconscious and I go, Percy,
God, let's get out of here.
here. You'll thank us for this later, I
He's
know it.
paying for a new one.
I kiss his cheek and say, I'm so sorry.
He's paying for a new one.
We'll get you a new one, Percy.
I'm gonna have to. Oh God.
As you're watching this, there's a small, from the fume, a small plume of black smoke goes.
See?
And that cold nugget in the center of your chest
It was.
is gone.
Yeah. It feels good, doesn't it?
Doesn't it feel good?
You fucking genius!
It feels good.
That was so expensive.
Oh, come on.
Oh, just throw the carpet in there now. Why don't you?
Oh, that's personal. That hurts.
Cassandra steps up to you and takes your head in her hands and forces you to look at her and goes, brother, we've all made sacrifices for this. She slaps you. Oh, that's a 21.
He's
19 plus 2.
He's held right now, isn't he?
I'm still holding him
Yeah.
in place.
I hold
And-
my fist way up high to Scanlan on Grog's shoulder for a silent little exploding fist bump.
And she looks to you and goes, Cassandra gives you a look to,
You were never mother's favorite.
Let's not be petty.
She told me.
Let's not be petty, Percy.
You sure? You sure? Did you hear what he just said to you? You sure?
It came out as.
I let it go.
Amazing.
Okay, your muscle control comes back to you, and Cassandra's holding your freshly slapped face, catches you again and goes, brother, let's go to our people. Let's tell them that for the first time in 5 years, Whitestone is free.
Oh God. Yeah, I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go.
And she reaches over and she takes your arm in her
Bigger
arm.
and better than before.
Oh, God.
Promise.
She takes your arm in her arm and begins walking both of you back towards the tunnels.
Oh, that one was enchanted. Okay. 2 enchantments. Cheers. Yeah, all right.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick bathroom break.
Oh man.
See you guys back here in a few minutes.
But you're still alive.
I'm not alive.
You're not controlled anymore.
Welcome back, folks. So, let's go ahead and pick up where we left off. So, as you guys return to the undercroft of Whitestone, Cassandra carrying you arm in arm, you make your way up through the stairs to the main base floor of Castle Whitestone. Are you guys heading towards where are you heading from here?
I'm gonna head straight for the front door and look in. Is there like a balcony?
I know,
on the
like
top?
a balcony or
Yeah.
something.
You can check for the second floor if you want to.
Overviews the city.
Is there
You have a pretty high
people?
view,
I'm
like
sure
it's
they've
already
got a
elevated on
balcony.
this platform, so even from a ground floor area, you can look down into the city.
Front door.
Front door?
Whatever.
All right,
front
Grog
door.
walks up to the front door, being careful of the scattered caltrops you guys left there.
All
The
right.
door is still ajar from where you left it. As you step out and look into the daylight, and it's at this point now probably mid-afternoon, pushing into evening. You guys have been traveling underground for quite some time and taking a few short rests and had a lot of conflict and things happen. So you started at the start of the day. You're now pushing in towards dusk. But as you open up and look outside, with what daylight is still there, you see little plumes of smoke coming from the far city. You see down the pathway that leads up to Castle Whitestone, you see about 70 to 100 armored humanoids marching up towards the front of the castle.
Humanoids.
Bipedal.
Can I pick up my caltrops?
You begin to pick up your
That would
caltrops.
take you 20 minutes.
Oh.
You're like,
Oh no.
I know what this is.
Well, they're
No.
good guys.
It could
you to
be
make-
a undead army.
Make perception check.
No, they're good.
I know what this is. Do I need to roll
They're
perception if I
fine.
know what it is?
Yeah, I was gonna say
20.
Wow. 19? Minus
20.
27.
19.
5.
15.
All right.
See,
As you guys kind of get your weapons at the ready, what to?
25, sorry.
25. Okay.
Math wrong.
Percy and Bax, you notice that people approaching, spattered in mud and various types of ichor or blood. As they get closer, you can see beneath the helmets tired human faces stepping up the side, weapons at the ready. As they approach the very front of the line, you see Keeper Yenin, equally exhausted, stepping forward, essentially ready to storm the castle.
Oh.
You see behind them as they approach a scattered cluster of broken corpses, some human, some a little less human. It looks like the rebellion army seems to have cut its way through the remaining defenders of Castle Whitestone and are making their way towards the front of the castle. As they get closer, they meet your gaze, and the front of the group draw their weapons, and Yenin kind of steps forward a little bit. You there, Percival,
I step forward.
Vox Machina. Are your wits about you?
Yes.
Yes.
You know it.
Briarwoods are dead.
It's true.
Serpent's head has been cut off, but there is much to do.
Is it still cloudy?
It's a little cloudy. It's not as like rainstorm ready, but it's there is still kind of an overcast feel.
I'm gonna go ahead and at third level, because that's all I've got left, cast Skywrite again and throw up the Dorolo crest once again in the sky.
Okay. As you begin to coalesce the clouds into the symbol and the shape, you see a bunch of the soldiers look up around, and Yenin steps forward again towards you and goes, kind of reaching up, holding his holy symbol of Arathis to his chest, goes, "Are you certain this is done, Percival?"
There's still a great evil beneath the castle. But the Briarwoods are no more.
He turns around, looks to his men, who are all looking at him expectantly. Well, you heard the man. The Briarwoods are dead. Whitestone is free once more. He looks up to the sky as the symbol finishes from Keyleth's spell. The Derolos are in power once again! At which point the entire crowd shouts, "Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!" with the weapons to the sky. And as the shouts begin to echo down into the valley of Whitestone, you can see little lights begin to burn in the distance. Little notification lanterns that are being lit and set at window tops at the top of the mountain. And you can see this look of relief and joy on every soldier's face as they all realize that the death they were all marching to face is no longer a threat. Cassandra, at this point, is still standing kind of behind you at your side. And really, for the first time since all of this went down beneath, you see a smile on her face. Yen turns around again and approaches you all.
I don't know what to say. Come, there is much to discuss. Let us step from this foul place for the time being.
Yes.
Men, walk through, make sure it's clean. And some of the soldiers.
No.
There's still a matter of some things beneath the castle that we must deal with first.
No one should be allowed in for right now until we figure this out.
Very well. Men, seal the doors, seal the entrances, keep watch.
We really need to rest.
Then come.
You've certainly earned it.
And he motions to a few of the
What
guards.
time of day is it? You
It's
said
nearing
like
dusk.
sun's is the sun still up or is it like
The sun is still up, but you can see, like, from the light source and the darkening of the sky and the color pushing from, like, a general kind of white grace going a little more reddish orange.
Before we take a rest, I am going to look at Percy. I'm gonna be like, I'll catch up with you guys. I think the people need to see the sun. And I'm gonna go into my air elemental farm, go up into the sky above Whitestone, and do my whirlwind ability and start trying to just push all of the clouds out of the way to let the sun in.
As you guys
Oh.
begin.
Did she freeze?
It's frozen in a
Oh no!
beautifully
So-
surprised expression.
But she can still hear us. She can still hear us.
Oh, she can hear us when she's
Alright.
frozen.
So as
Surprise!
you guys begin to march down towards the city with the rest of the army, a group of about 10 men stay behind just to guard the castle. As you make your way to the northern side of Whitestone, and you enter the streets again, you can see families beginning to walk out of their homes in the streets. In the entirety of your time here in Whitestone, most folks that didn't need to be out in the open stayed indoors, and you begin to realize this seeming ghost city was hiding a lot more life and a lot more hope than you expected as you begin to see families and children stepping out. And as you walk through the streets, you can see the kids wave. You meet eyes with some of the possible widows. Mouth to you, thank you.
Seeing that,
Can we pass by the alcove?
seeing that, I'm gonna do the buddy arm around the shoulder and pull my sister and then walk away.
I walk up to a particularly handsome widow and I say,
Oh god.
your husband...
Pike is right here.
Oh. Your husband died for a good cause. Thanks, bye.
Pike is shocked. Pike is shocked and offended.
that you would have
Sorry, Pike. Why are you looking at me like that, Pike? Pike, stop it! Stop it, Pike!
As you walk away, she looks really confused and kind of clutches her chest in horror for a moment. As one of the soldiers walking with you kind of steps by her side, looking at you curiously, and gives her a kiss on the cheek. And just, who was that man?
Oh, sorry.
Can we definitely want to go stop by the alcove?
Okay. You eventually start making your way towards the alcove as you enter deeper into the city.
Pike, you there? Can you hear us?
Have I cleared out enough of the sky at this point?
We can,
we're gonna get
we
to
can
that right
see
now,
her
actually.
now, but not
When I
hear
get to
her.
that.
As you guys are stepping... Oh, sorry, go on.
No, it's okay.
Pushing further in, you can see now the clouds beginning to dissipate, and for the first time since you've been here, you see blue sky directly above the city. The vibrant orange, red, purple colors of the sunset now come cascading upon the city of Whitestone, and there's a collective kind of an inhale and gasp of awe from the soldiers and the people alike as this opens up above you. You begin to walk past the alcove to your left, if you wish to.
I want to stop in.
Okay. As you start heading towards the alcove, you can see Jordana is already out on the front stoop looking up at the sky. And she looks over and sees you. Percival.
I give her a big hug.
She takes a surprise at the moment and then just kind of gives it and continues to give the hug back.
This would not have been possible without your help. Thank you for everything.
Of course. Of course. She just kind of leans into the hug a little bit, then nods and then releases you. Did you see my father?
I have not. We have not searched the castle yet, though.
Right.
And we just left
Just
it.
left it?
We haven't searched
Well,
the
it's
castle.
sealed up. It'll be
We've
okay.
We sealed
searched
it.
a
But there
Oh,
could
shit.
be live people in there when we sealed it.
We don't know. Well, it's
still
not
don't know
like
where-
it's not airtight or
Ripley? No,
anything.
no,
I mean,
no.
they're breathing. This is just.
Okay.
Ripley's gone, and also
Ripley's
there's a
here.
Goliath on the loose.
As
far
you
as we know,
as you say
yeah.
this, Kibrian goes, "Not anymore. There isn't. Follow me."
Oh,
Ooh.
Shit.
are there any young boys around?
He stops in his tracks and looks over his shoulder and goes, "What?"
I just need a young, fleet-footed boy.
See, the last time I asked for a young boy, people gave me shit too.
No, we're gonna give him shit. There's no problem here.
He slowly turns away and keeps walking forward.
Or a girl. Don't wait, it sounds weird.
No,
You can't
No.
say it in the right way. It's impossible.
no.
Innocent request.
The people have begun following behind your procession towards the center of the city.
Bring me your smallest, most helpless child.
That's gonna explode.
All right, show us what you want to show us, Yenin.
You see behind you soldiers reuniting with their families, friends gathering into the streets, and the people of Whitestone are now beginning to join the sides of your procession towards the center, the Sun Square in the middle of Whitestone. As you crest into the outskirts of the square, Yenin gives a couple of whispered orders to a couple of soldiers who rush off. You can see people are now gathering in the center, and there's actually people gathering around the sun tree. As they all step to the sun tree, it gets a little quiet, and Brother Yenin reaches up and pulls his holy symbol of Arathis again. Looks up at the tree and looks back at the rest of you and goes, "For generations, it was those of the Zenith who looked over this tree, and these people here. And it was by the evil that once held foot in this town that Father Rhino, the last of his line, was slain. We will work to find those who wish to take up the mantle, to clean, rebuild the Zenith, the pinnacle that Pelo's grace here in Whitestone. But until that, I, Yenin, swear to make this tree's safety my responsibility. This symbol of hope, this center of the crest of your family, has held the slivers of light in our hearts for a very long time. Let us all take a moment and thank the heroes who made this freedom possible. To the strong mountain of joy, of bravery, Grog. To the gentle, to the kind, to the just soul, Pike. To the swift of bow, keen of sight, and the most adorable creature to accompany her as Trinket kind of steps forward and nuzzles your side. Trinket. By the agility, by the cunning,
by the loyalty of Vax, by the cleverness, by the wit, and the
Handsomeness?
strange interests of Scanlan. By the honesty, by the nature and connection of the world, and the wonder of Keyleth. And by the strength of blood, from the willingness to sacrifice. Pardon me.
Start that one again.
Still very beautiful.
So beautiful.
2 years of sitcom. I can hold this all day.
Percival's just waiting, waiting for his introduction.
To the stone cold motherfucker over there.
To the return of those valiants we once thought lost, and those who rise up to restore the joy of these people. Percival. May we raise our weapons, our glasses, and our children who accept this future to rebuild. Raise to Vox Machina. And everyone raises up as one loud.
Vox Machina!
As the sun slowly sets, the light coming through, beautiful colors now, you see what was once a very bleak town suddenly be renewed with a spectrum of new accents. You begin to hear music being played as now the celebration begins, the sun setting. Folks are turning this into a full celebration now. People are starting to bring out food and
Block party!
there is this you feel this sense that this is the first time in a long time that people have ever really been allowed to be happy about something. And the energy is infectious in itself. As the celebration begins, though, Yenin puts up his hand and people begin to slow and calm as men begin to bring forward two individuals in chains.
Ooh.
One of which you see is a half-orc female in dark brown leather armor. She is chained and thrown onto her knees at the ground, and she kind of spits. You can see there's a few cuts across her face, and she looks kind of dirty. And right next to her, taking 4 men to do so, a Goliath, who's bruised, is also thrown onto his knees. And they're both kind of just held at that place. Yenin says,
The 2 remaining new nobles, given power here as they aided the Briarwoods in taking this city. We have Duke, which if people spit at the sound of the name, Goran Vedmeyer, and Countess Jasna Greben. You have been found guilty of treason against this town, of the responsibility of many lives lost innocent, and for furthering the plans of the evil that has oppressed us so long. I would wish that you, the ones who freed us, deliver the judgment.
Come on.
No, that sounds fair. I've known to preside over many
Oh boy.
legal matters in my time as Judge Face of Northwind.
Define legal.
Define jug.
No,
judge
it would just baffle all of you. It's all right.
Grog, if
Hi.
I may. I can help. I can assist you in this if you'd like.
Oh, why, of course, Sub-Judge Scanlon.
Thank you, Grog. Percival, this is your kingdom, so if
I leave it to you.
No.
What?
No.
Yes.
What?
You're
Even
the
better.
leader.
these two have done much violence to this place. They represent all that is evil.
Wait. And Gorin, who's now down there on the ground, looks up at you and goes, "Oh no, you."
Never saw you before, friend.
This is what I really wanted to see.
You have a lovely house, by the way, or had one.
Spits to the ground at your feet.
Might need a new roofer. Anyway. In a show of grace and to demonstrate a new hope that we have for this place, I suggest that we don't kill these two,
What?
but rather force them to help rebuild the place that they helped destroy.
In
In chains.
chains.
In chains.
Very heavy chains.
But they are one of them at least is extremely strong. The other one must have some sort of skill.
She, for the first time, looks up with this kind of gnarly, toothy grin. You can see these partially broken and jagged teeth in her mouth, and she just kind of goes, "Come closer. I've never tasted gnome."
Okay, so maybe we'll kill her.
Yeah.
Would you rather die?
What kind of weapons did these two have on them?
The men kind of look about themselves, and Yenin kind of, not entirely certain. However, she has been known to carry a quiver or two, and this one here wields a blade as long as his body.
The Briarwoods are broken and gone. You can die today, or you can take your licks and help rebuild this city. No one is here to protect you or save you. You can work hard. Start again.
A persuasion check. With advantage, based on their current circumstance.
Intimidation, you said, or persuasion?
Well, whichever you prefer.
That's terrible.
Its average is 13.
13? Okay. You can see the Goliath Headmark kind of lowers his head. Or accept. Jasna? She looks over. Seems you lack what has kept me alive all these years. A spine. Kill me, I'd rather not stay at your beck and call.
Okay.
Grog?
Grog.
I reach over and I take out my great axe and I aim it for her neck.
Okay, did you swing or just aim it?
Yeah, swing for the neck. Beheading
Okay.
style.
Just for now, but make a strength check.
Natural 20.
Oh my god.
Merry Christmas, Travis.
As you pull the axe out and you kind of walk alongside with it, almost like a cane, kind of look down at her.
Yeah, like.
And with speed and deftness where no one sees the blade make contact, there is a moment where the head just drifts off the form, leaving the base, the throat, cleanly cloven, if you will, sorry.
She paid the iron price.
There's a moment of pause before the blood begins to pour from the wound. It was so fast and so immediate, and the body just slumps forward. There's a gasp in the crowd, suddenly, and then a cheer, as the local crowds now see one of the people that probably oppressed, tortured, and killed many of their folk now lies on the ground, killed.
I kind of look at the axe and I look at the blood kind of covering it, and I look over at Duke Gonad and I say, "So, where are you from, and how did you come to be in the service of the Briarwoods?"
I was hired in Wildmount.
You all know where that is?
Yeah. You don't.
Why are you asking
You've
him?
heard it said before. You've heard it mentioned, but you have no idea where it is.
Right, the holy lands of the sacred. All right.
Are you okay, Your Honor?
Yeah, yes, thank you for... I am quite tired. Would you like to take it from here?
No.
Good people, while we always must dispense our justice, this is now a town of mercy as well.
Yes.
And I will expect nothing less from all of us than to give what we have lacked for so long. Duke.
Let hers be the last bloodshed.
Oh.
And earn your life again.
He nods and kind of looks down. You can't tell if it's shame or just defeat, but his shoulders slump, and that little bit of fire that was in him when he arrived is broken. The men look at you. They get your nod, and they lift up the chains and pull him off, while a couple other men take up the body of the half-orc woman and pull them out of the crowd. The music swells up once again, and the celebration continues without a beat. You can now see tables being brought out to the center, and glasses are set about, and drinks are being poured as a giant central table right at the base of the sun tree is set for you.
Hey, it's a feast.
They've just had this shit in like
love
Tupperware
feast.
contained, like in those
They're
big
ready to
bins,
go,
just like
man.
in the back for the last 5 years with like duct tape.
Do you want to?
Now, it's not like a grand meal. There hasn't been a lot to prepare for it, but there is basically what it looks like is whoever was preparing dinner or whatever food was readily
Just bringing
available,
it out.
they're just bringing it out. It's more of like a share with whoever's there type of thing.
Oh, it's a potluck.
Potluck.
Kinda.
Okay.
I find a young boy
Yes, Scanlan?
or a soldier, and I give him 15 gold, and I say, for the love of God, find me fucking beret.
All right, sir. And the boy takes the gold and rushes off, kind of looking at his hands, the boon he's been given by this practically same height man. They don't see gnomes here very often. It's been very confusing.
No one does.
All right.
I want to take some time to tell Keeper Yenin about what is beneath the tree and let him start to macerate some theories on what to do with it.
Macerate?
Macerate.
He
That's a big word.
after you finish the conversation, he sits there and
Big
he's,
word for big name. Thank you. Do it.
a few moments pass before the boy returns. In his hand, a raspberry beret at a second-hand store.
Yeah, make it look cooler on him. He made it.
I don't think it's a beret. I don't think he made it, Dorothy. I think it comes with that already sewn in.
There it is. There it is. It looks good. It looks good, Scotland.
There you go.
Thank you,
Scambo.
young boy. Whatever your name was. What was your name, young boy?
Make it good.
Randall?
Thank you, Randall. You've made me a very happy small man.
He brings you the change.
Oh no, keep the change. It's all right. Go buy yourself a goose, the biggest goose in town.
With a beret.
And he darts off excitedly.
Goose.
You catch him out of the corner of your eye, like stealing a swig of
Brandon
beer. and you're
Gilmore. That was his young name.
Brandon Gilmore.
Yes.
Oh, take a break. So after you finish regaling this tale to Keeper Yenin, let's see if I have a proper song for celebration.
I'm doing my best to empty the cask of ale into the town patrons
Oh, the,
and myself.
That's I don't know if that's
No, that's more of a spring
less
festival.
aviary than celebratory.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Less aviary, more
That's okay. We'll stick
celebratory.
with a peaceful set there.
Can Keyleth go over and check out the sun tree?
Sure. As you're walking over there, we'll finish
Yeah.
this conversation here. Yenin kind of nods to himself and goes, "That is disconcerting. I'll reach out to a few of my contacts, see who we can bring here to inspect it. I may go down tomorrow myself and have a look. Is it safe?"
No. There are traps. We've marked them. It's also disturbing.
Right. I'll bring a trusted team down then. If there's anyone you know who has vast historical or arcane knowledge, I would recommend possibly having them come take a look as well. Unfortunately, I'm rather limited in my teachings.
Pike?
Laura?
Oh, but she's not in town.
We can send word.
Please do.
What about Rindarian?
Eskel?
There is Eskel Randarian, the Archmage in Western.
We
as
have
well.
we have
Didn't
people.
he go on
Yes.
it? Oh,
I
no,
thought
that's
both.
Spokos.
Good. Yes, and anyone at all. Maybe I'll be able to glean something, but unfortunately, most of our books were confiscated when the town was taken. However, I appreciate that, and at least for the time being, there doesn't seem to be any dead rising from the grave.
If I may, Percy, may I make a suggestion?
Is it going to be throwing the rest of my guns into a pit
No,
of
but
acid?
it will be spending some of your kingdom's money.
Replacing the guns that you threw into a pit of acid.
Let's not talk about the guns.
I really can't think of what else I'd want to talk about, but please go ahead.
If most of their books have been taken from them, perhaps we could use some of the treasury to build a library.
It's not a terrible idea, and it's possible that the books are still within the
It's
castle.
possible that the Briarwoods have hoarded all of them. In fact, we might find something about this entity inside the castle.
And we do need to build 3 new structures where the lords' houses were, and I find the idea of rebuilding those mansions to be a bit distasteful.
Perhaps we could even name one of the libraries
Not after you, no.
Gilmore's Glorious Books.
Set up a satellite.
An opportunity for a franchise.
We'll discuss it. It's got a ring, I will admit.
While you guys are having this conversation,
I was just going to add to that. I'm sure the man can help in this city's time of need.
You were doing something as well.
yes, Keela, at this point, as you walked away from this conversation, you approach the Sundry. It stands there with a little bit of light as the sun's just now passing over the distant mountain range that surrounds this valley. The sky's growing more purple and dark blue. But now the lights have been lit and the lanterns have been brought to the center. You can see the Sundry in full before you.
I reach up and I put my hand on it, and I cast Commune with Nature. Do I gather anything?
What does Commune with Nature do in full?
Allows you to commune with nature.
Essentially.
Oh, look at that! First page you open up to.
Oh!
Okay.
It's like a DM version of Natural 20.
That is. Except he does it all the time.
Okay, so which do you want to know of all the things that you can choose from?
Oh, what are my
You can
choices?
choose from terrain or bodies of water in the vicinity, prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples, powerful celestials, fae, fiends, or elementals, or undead within 300 feet of it. Oh, sorry, within 3 miles of it. Influence from other planes of existence or buildings.
The influence of other planes in existence sounds promising.
Okay, you gain 3 facts. So, first off, you notice as you touch the sun tree and you cast the spell, whereas previously you felt just dead wood and the lack of any presence, there is a small seed of life in the tree once again.
That's good.
And we'll call that the first one as a given. As you inquire about any other influence from planes of existence, you do sense that at least some element nearby relates to a realm of shadow.
That's obvious.
That's, yeah, sure, okay.
And what's the third one you want to know?
Oh, I get a choice.
Yep.
I didn't know I had a choice.
You don't have to ask anything else if you don't want to, if you got everything you wanted, but...
I want to know if, God, so many options. Is it gonna be a good growing season this spring? Good crop's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good harvest moon.
Ask how it's feeling. Can you ask how it's
How is it
feeling?
feeling? Can I ask the tree how it's feeling? Can I be like, hey tree, how are you doing today?
That is very Keela.
You doing all right? How do you feel between all this?
You
about all
sense...
Hey, boo.
this? Hey boo.
You sense weariness, like something very old has been asleep for a very long time, has woken up.
Does it feel positive?
Positive.
Okay.
The sun tree seemingly kept at bay, locked away what bit of its life force had managed to maintain had been contained for so long and is now finally free.
Aww. And I'd just say, good morning, old friend.
You sense the tree saying, the sun just set. It's not morning.
I go, oh shit. And then I turn to Percy and I say, the tree talk to me.
In that ancient ways that trees talk.
You just had a smoke monster you were talking to. Is that hard to believe?
Morning.
Thank you.
I watched her walk up to the tree.
Oh no.
And I
Here
follow
we
it up. Here
go.
we go.
Okay.
I follow up and I don't say anything. I see one hand on the tree, and without saying anything,
I walk up behind Bax and I pants him.
Yes!
And I grab the back of his collar and pull backwards.
That's the revenge.
are you gonna roll anything?
Okay, so
I'm not sure what he did though. Like
I
her
grabbed your pants
pantsing-
and I pulled them down to your ankles.
But what's the part about the collar?
I grabbed the back of your neck and pulled you backwards with your pants around your ankles.
Okay.
so
He's got to roll, but if it happens, it happens.
right.
Yes, he does.
I'm
I
gonna,
had to
I'm
roll
gonna
for
consider
everything
this a
I
grapple
did to him.
check. So it's your athletics versus your acrobatics.
What about
Come on,
the
don't fail
pantsing?
me now.
Is that included?
That is the pantsing.
20 plus my athletics.
Wait, natural 20?
Natural
No,
20?
19
Nope.
plus
No.
26. My athletics is plus 7.
I rolled a 32.
As you reach out and about to grasp the sides, he just leaps up straight up in the air and then lands a foot in front of you. You grab nothing and see him kind of glance over his shoulder. And
I knew that was going to happen.
It's alright. It could have been now. It'll just be worse later.
Nice try, Grog.
You already took my left nut off my body.
Oh, please. That was but appetizers for the main course, my friend.
All right, so that's challenge
Nice
number
try.
one. Now challenge number 2.
all right, back to Bud.
So I still don't say anything besides as I jump to the side really fast to not lose my breeches. And she's got one hand on the tree, and I just quietly, with her free hand and my free hand, try to lace my fingers with hers.
Against the tree.
Oh my gosh, you guys
Just
are
free hand,
boyfriend
free
and
hand.
girlfriend now.
As you finish your awkward "it's not morning" conversation with the essence of the sun tree,
It's morning somewhere.
So talking. Good morning,
you
Sundry.
you feel a strange alien. Your left free hand for a moment, unexpectedly.
I jump and I yank away instinctually.
Okay, as she pulls away from it and kind of looks at her shoulder with a look of surprise and sudden horror.
Duh.
He's just shrugging.
I was just talking to the tree. It talked back. Everyone is hiding because of everyone's hiding.
No privacy.
You get privacy. It's your moment.
So, Max just stands there, not saying anything, just looking at you.
He said it.
Don't look at him. Don't look at him.
sorry. I don't know. Shit. I'm really confused.
Vax says, all right, and walks off.
Wait.
I'd be lying if I said often night when I go to sleep, your face is the last thing that crosses my mind. with the weight of the world and the weight of the contact embarrassment from our fellow party currently, it's hard to focus on. You said that when you were near death. We say a lot of things when we're near death. How do I know that's what you were truly feeling?
I didn't say it out loud. I just thought it. You mean?
Oh, you told her.
Oh yeah, no, you said that out loud. Yeah, no, that wasn't in your head. Uh-huh.
I wore a mask for a long time. Where I grew up. And I'm not going to do that anymore. Oh, wait.
Wait. Wait.
For you.
Okay. I don't know what else to say right now. I'm really tired. Really tired. I think there's also a part of me that just afraid.
I feel like I'm going to get pantsed by a Goliath at any moment. Don't do anything. Don't change anything. I haven't lied. I've told the truth. If you'll have me, I'm yours. If you don't want me, I understand. And that's all there is to say. And then I actually walk off.
Okay.
I stay by the tree.
Okay. As this is happening and he walks off, you guys are there at the table, kind of just now noticing that both of them have been missing. You see Keyleth kind of stunned, standing by the sun tree. As Keeper Yenin approaches you once again, he goes, "My friends, we have a lot of work to do, and it would not be fair for me to assume, as you've already done so much for us. But it has been a while since we've had much to celebrate in this town, and this evening seems a fine improvisational event. But we have... we have 2 weeks until the Winter's Crest Festival would be happening here in Whitestone, something we have not celebrated in near 5 years. I would just ask, should you be interested, if you would wish to stay with us these next couple of weeks to help us rebuild and perhaps aid in preparing the first real shining moment in Whitestone's history since you were gone.
Possible?
I would be very grateful.
We're here.
We shall.
Cassandra nods as well.
Keeper, may I ask for a small request? Could you maybe send a wonderfully worded letter to Uriel and let him know how we saved the day and how much you love us?
He looks very confused. I imagine that could be, I assume that could be done, yes.
That would be wonderful. Make sure you mention how terrible the Briarwoods were and how VOX MACHINA saved the day. Truly saved it.
We can write it
Wonderful
for you if you just want to sign it. at the bottom.
Underline, say.
That guy's gonna
okay.
wake up this morning and go, "Oh, I'm an asshole."
Oh. Please, yes, that would be wonderful.
That's true.
All right, it'll be done.
Thank you.
Baseball.
Oh, what was I thinking? Oh.
And so, as the rest of you join in the merriment, or whatever else you wish to do for the evening, looking about post-sunset as night descends on Whitestone to the first clear sky since you've arrived.
Yeah.
To the first evening where you can hear smiles, cheers, and laughter. We'll pick up again next week for the Winter's Crest Festival in Whitestone.
Fuck you, Briarwoods. Fuck you, Briarwoods.
I already did it.
No, but it was the perfect moment.
You don't want it to happen anyway.
I don't care. This is out of character. It would have been the perfect moment.
I never said it was
I know,
smart.
it makes for fun drama. That was crazy.
How am I gonna be your
What's up, dude?
acrobatics?
Quick announcement.
You are not.
That's
You
impossible.
are not.
30
Okay.
something?
Real quick
quick
announcement.
announcement.
Grog, I can
So
help.
we got to get ready for Christmas, and we're gonna go offline and back up so we can make sure we get this episode uploaded to you guys on Monday. The longer the video, the longer it takes to transcode, and sometimes makes it take longer to get it up. So we'll be going offline and then right back up for Christmas, guys.
Yay.
Just a few minutes, guys.
Worlds.com.
Don't leave. We'll be here.